All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the United Star with me, Sid. As you all know, if you all are new, please do subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share this video. And with me today, we have got Aakarsh from the Corner Flag, who is a massive Everton fan. Aakarsh has, of course, been on our channel before. The link will be in the description. So once you're done with this video, then go check out the Corner Flag and do check out our previous video with Aakarsh. So getting straight into it, man. Firstly, how are you doing? And how has it been with Rafa Benitez since the last time we spoke on our channel?
Good, yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me again. Most people don't want to see my face after they've seen it once, so this is new to me to get a call back. But it's been good, yeah. It's not been a very bad start. I think Rafa Benitez got a little bit lucky where our fixtures weren't too bad, and I think
Mhm.
this United game is going to be our first big test or major test. But so far, so good. Yeah, early exit from the EFL Cup is disappointing. That 3-0 loss against Aston Villa hurt. Uh, but you know what it's like to get out of the EFL Cup early. You know exactly what I feel.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
yeah,
man.
not bad so far.
It's great. Now, you know what? I want to get into this. The last time you came on, you said that, this whole Carlo Ancelotti leaving Everton for Real Madrid after just one season, sort of feels like this bad breakup, which you're going to need time to get over. So is that
Right.
phase done, or are you still in the transition
No,
phase?
it's totally done. Yeah, I think Sheriff also really helped with that. It's been nice to see Carlo Ancelotti struggling at Real Madrid. It's also nice to see Ronald Koeman struggling at Barcelona. So basically, fuck everyone who leaves Everton. But no, I think I'm quite over Carlo Ancelotti, and I've bought into the Rafa Benitez philosophy. Yeah.
That's amazing coming from an Everton fan, giving all the history with Rafa Benitez. Personally,
Yeah, I mean, he's done well so far. I think his performance has been good. What has been really good is every player is working really hard. I think
Mhm.
he's transformed the team's work ethic, which is really important. He's done wonders with the midfield. So not too many complaints so far. Yeah.
Fair, fair. I mean, I do like Benitez as a manager, but because he's managed Liverpool and all, I'm like, whenever I see him, I'm like,
I
go
know.
fuck yourself. I don't want to see your
I
face
know.
ever again.
Yeah, I used to feel the exact same thing. I now cannot, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. So, anyways, Carlo Ancelotti leaving, and you were very correct when you said that you see James Rodriguez leaving the club. Is
Yeah.
that sort of a blow to the team because we know James is a very good player and he could have probably given a little edge to the team.
He could have definitely given more than just a little edge to the team. I think he was by far the most technically talented and creative player that the team has, especially with the whole Gylfi Sigurdsson saga that has been going on in the background. But the fact is that we've been doing well without him so far. And like I mentioned, I think each and every player on the pitch has been giving it their all. They've been working a lot harder this season than they were that last season. I don't see Rodriguez doing that. You know, he is a little bit of a luxury player. He is a player who needs his space and his time, not the quickest, not the most hardworking in defense. He doesn't fit into the Rafa Benitez philosophy, sadly. He was also on a shit ton of wages. I think he was getting about 200,000 a week, which for a club like Everton is a lot. Uh, so by getting rid of him, they managed to get a a 7-ish million pound fee for him, which for a free transfer is not bad. Managed to get massive
Mhm.
wages off the books. So that's fine. Yeah, the the philosophy that Benitez, by the look of it, has been trying to put in is that the entire team matters. Every player must play their part defensively and offensively, and that is not something you can expect from a James Rodriguez. So I see why he had to go. And like you mentioned, I was resigned to him leaving as soon as Carlo went. And
Mhm.
honestly, I was expecting Richarlison to leave as well.
Mhm.
So overall, I'm still happier because I think Richarlison's a lot more important to the team than James Rodriguez. So I'm okay with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, if I was an Everton fan, I would also be, sort of happy with the situation right now. But
Yeah, and also James made things a little bit sour
Mhm,
towards the end because he was constantly on Twitch bad mouthing the club, saying, "Oh, I don't know
mhm,
who's playing next." While Aston Villa were whooping Everton's ass, he was live on Twitch playing Call of Duty. So it
mhm,
got a little bit disrespectful. It did feel like he wasn't keen on being at the club now that his godfather Ancelotti had gone.
mhm.
So it's fine. Yeah, I think everyone's happier. It makes our financial fair play situation a little bit better. So it's fine. He can go. I don't care.
Absolutely. I think I was also, and I was also excited when Sanchez came in, but he shat, and then I was like, okay, you know what, maybe you should just get out of the club. We don't
Yeah,
need you.
sometimes it doesn't work. He had a
Yeah.
good season. I mean, James did. Sanchez had a terrible season, but James had one good season, and that's okay. He'll go down with the likes of Samuel Eto'o in those players where he'd be like, they
Mhm.
played for Everton? What? Why? And then they were just gone.
Yeah. But anyways, coming back to Benitez, as you said, yeah, the sort of philosophies got into Everton. Of course, it looks like you've changed your mind on Benitez, because the whole Liverpool thing. But what is
Right.
it like in the fan base? Have they now? You mentioned in the last time that you were on a channel, you said that the sad part is Benitez is never going to get the whole fan base on his side because he was a Liverpool man. He was a Liverpool manager. But do you think that sort of changed with the philosophy and the performances he's brought in?
I think so. Look, the fact is that he is a very charming man. He says all the right things at press conferences, which really help. Uh, a club like Everton, the fan base that Everton has, it's one of those fan bases where, as far as you leave everything you have out on the pitch, the fans will not really complain. And
Mm-hmm.
Benitez's side has been doing that. He's absolutely transformed Abdoulaye Doucouré, who's become so much more attacking, so much more creative. Alan has been so much better than he was last season, which is saying something because he like James came here for Ancelotti, but has knuckled down, stayed on, and is performing even better under Benitez. So I think the fact that the team is working really hard, playing decent football. With Townsend and Gray, he's also added pace on the wings. So there's a lot of excitement compared to last season, where the first 2 months maybe there was a lot of attacking football and there were lots of goals happening and James was on form. And then it sort of died down. It was just like boring 1-0 victories, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Benitez has done a good job. Most of the fan base is has got his back.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like with every club, there is a whole bunch that's very fickle and that's just baying for blood and waiting for a mistake or a loss. So it was a little bit shaky post the EFL loss because we also had Aston Villa and QPR beating us back to back within, I think,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 days. But again, the Norwich game helped because while Everton didn't play the best football, they still got the 3 points and 2 goals. So I think if you can win a game without playing well, that always helps.
So where do you see Everton towards the end of the season with your current form?
I mean, with the current form, again, one could potentially hope for a Europa League, maybe Conference League spot. But I think the struggle will be in keeping everyone fit because this summer window, Everton could not spend too much money, couldn't get too many reinforcements. So the squad, I think, is quite bare bones. And as soon as you have 3 or 4 first teamers missing, like against Aston Villa, we don't have squad depth. Our bench is quite poor, and then we have to rely on players who QPR sort of dominated against, So I don't think current form is what matters. What matters is how fit he can keep everyone, how long Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison take to come back. We have only one proper right back in Seamus Coleman, who's also now a 34-year-old veteran. So it'll all depend on the injuries. If we can have a relatively injury-free season, I could see a Europa Conference spot, maybe a Europa League spot. But if we have too many injuries, it could very easily be 10th, 11th, 12th, maybe.
Again. So, anyways, now let's get into the game this Saturday. Of course, it's going to be played at around 5 p.m. our time, which is quite early for a
Yeah,
Saturday kickoff for I think the fans of both the clubs.
yeah.
Um, but
First, the
any
early kickoffs are always too nervy. They're just so hard to
I
call.
know, I know. But anyways, last time our clubs played each other was in the preseason, and you guys unfortunately lost 4-0. So I just
Like I
want
had
to
predicted.
yeah, you actually said that. Yes, I forgot. Yes. But this time around, of course, we've gotten a couple of players. We've gotten a certain number 7 from Juventus who's come back home.
Who are
He
you
looks
talking
like a
about?
real potential, goat.
I didn't know Jesse Lingard wore number 7.
No, but just coming to your side, what do you see Manchester United as right now? Who do you think are the biggest threats? And we all know that I'm saying Ancelotti again and again, but who do you
You'll
think?
get used to it. It takes some time.
But we know Benitez is a very adaptive manager. So who do you think he's going to pick to sort of counter that threat?
Again, I think Alan's going to be really, really important. He's the one who's been clearing up the defense quite a bit. Yerry Mina has been having a couple of good games. Ben Godfrey has not been 100% fit, so he's been a little bit iffy. But I'm hoping for a Ben Godfrey, Yerry Mina central defense partnership with Alan ahead of them. And let's hope that works. Yeah, Benitez, like you said, mixes it up quite a bit. He is capable of changing his team around. He did play, I think it was against Burnley, where he played 5 at the back instead
Hmm.
of the usual 4. I will not be surprised if I see that happening with maybe Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey, and Yerry Mina in central defense, because United do have number 7 Jesse Lingard playing fairly well for them so far. So I think we will need to nullify that threat, and it's going to be a tricky, tricky game, yeah, for Everton.
So why don't you just go ahead and give me a whole starting 11?
Uh, so I don't know. I feel like I'm the kind who would say stick to a back 4 because it has been working so far. So Luca Dean, Ben Godfrey, Yarimina for sure.
Mhm.
Seamus Coleman is back in training. I was just watching some training videos before we started this, and he's back in training. He was doing individual work. He wasn't working with the team. So I'm not entirely sure if he'll be fit for the United game. If he isn't, I can see Michael Keane and Yerry being in central defense with Ben Godfrey having to fill in at right back. Um, Alan and Ducouré, I think, will continue in central midfield. They've been really, really solid. Townsend and Gray on wings. Richarlison, I'm quite sure, will not be fit for this game. Solomon Rondon has been playing, and quite poorly, if I may add, for the last couple of games. Calvert-Lewin is also back in training, but it's going to be touch and go whether he makes the starting lineup or not. So the attacking bit is a little bit tricky to predict right now. There's been a couple of teenagers who are in and around the squad because of Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison's injuries. So I don't know who's going to play up front there, but that's going to be a key decision for Rafa to make, and that's going to have a big impact on the game, I think.
Yeah, fair. And personally, for me, I think he's going to Oli's going to go with his regular 11. I think it's going to be David De Gea in goal, who I think had a very good Champions League game. We beat
Right.
Villarreal 2-1. We exacted revenge.
Barely
Um,
beat them.
I mean, we did beat them. We got the 3 points. That's what matters in the end. But yeah, I think David De Gea starts in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes back on in the right back position. I think it's going to be a partnership of Rafael Varane and Victor Lindelof, because I think Harry Maguire's injury is going to be a little stretch. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks off. So that is
Right.
sort of good news for your attackers, because they wouldn't want to face a partnership of Harry Maguire and Rafael Varane. But I think Lindelof has done okay this season. And left back,
If Rondon is starting, then I think he'd struggle against Phil Jones as well. So I think Lindelof is more than enough.
No, plot twist if actually Phil Jones starts. You've got so many predictions right the last time. You never know, Phil Jones may end up starting this time.
True.
But anyways, so I think Luke Shaw comes back on the left back position. I
Is he
think
fit though? Is he fit
so
again?
apparently, so Ollie said it's a minor knock. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he has a habit of playing in players who are injured, who are in the final stages of their injury. He just has that habit. He did it with Rashford
Mm.
all of last season. He ran all the players down. So I
Right.
think Luke Shaw is going to play even if he's a tad bit injured, unless of course he says I'm not going to play. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, I think you know what, I just have to give Everton credit for this. I think the two best left backs in the league right now are Luke Shaw and Luca Dean. I really rate Luca Dean, and whenever I've seen him, he's been spectacular. But
This
anyways,
season, though, he's not been very good, to be honest. This season,
mhm,
he's been half decent, but like you're saying, he is one of the best left backs in the league.
in the
He's
league, yeah.
set the bar quite high for himself. So far, he's not really performed to his usually high standards.
Mhm.
Hopefully, he changes that against United.
I hope
What,
not.
what,
I
what,
hope
what do you
not.
think? I mean, you did cross your fingers, so now no take backs.
Or I was thinking about something else. I was actually going towards the pivot partnership, which I was going to say is going to be McTominay and Fred. Which
Right.
is again, it's a dodgy partnership, but I still think he's going to go with McTominay and Fred because I think he's only kind of sort of waiting for that perfect Matters replacement. And I think McTominay and Fred together will provide that, although both of them have their own shortcomings. And we know how Fred's been. I mean, I think Fred could do a better job at left back like he did against Villarreal. But
Mm.
anyways, I think it's going to be McTominay, Fred, and Bruno in front of them, who's going to absolutely run past your defense. And then we're going to have Jadon Sancho, Mason Greenwood, and number 7 Jesse Lingard up top. But yeah, that's my predicted 11. And finally, sorry.
What do you think about? So I'll tell you the one player that I
Hmm.
am actually worried about, weirdly enough, in this game is Donny van de Beek because Everton has a knack of letting players out of form score against them, and especially players who have a little bit of a history with Everton. I don't know if you'd read this, but there
Hmm.
was almost a deal signed between
Yeah,
United
we
and
know that.
Everton for Van de
Donny Van
Beek,
de Beek.
and yeah, Ole vetoed it right at the end.
Hmm.
And it just feels like one of those games because I also saw a video floating around of Van de Beek being extremely annoyed that Ole didn't use him in the Villarreal game.
Hmm.
So he seems pissed off. He seems like he has a point to prove. No better team to do that than Everton.
It doesn't matter. Everton or bloody Derby County, Van de Beek is not playing because I don't know. I really like him as a player. I think he is one of our better midfielders, but yeah, it just pisses me off to not see him getting used properly because I was like, what, towards the end of last season, I was like, what, why have we even signed him if he's barely playing?
Yeah,
I mean, and when I heard the Everton thing, I was like, you should have let him go there. I think he would have done a
I
very good
agree.
job for you guys.
Even if he was on loan, he'd have
Yeah.
gotten used to being in the Premier League, which all these players need some time, especially when you're coming from a
Mhm.
league like Eredivisie. You need time to get used to the league.
Mhm.
He would get game time at Everton. It would work well for Everton. And let's be honest, Everton and United are not direct rivals. So I don't know
Yeah.
why Ole was being such a prissy little shit. But anyways,
Yeah,
I
but
have a very strong feeling he will come off the bench and score the winner. That's just
nah, I
my
don't
gut
think so.
feeling.
Donny Van de Beek's not gonna come on. Don't worry about that. He just
Okay, so
won't
then
play tomorrow. This I will predict. I will predict. Anyways,
let's hope so.
so sort of wrap it all up. What are your score predictions this time? And please say we win, so we win again.
I mean, I honestly can't see any outcome except for the United win. If it
Mhm.
was at Goodison Park, I would maybe try and force myself to be a little bit optimistic. But United at home, I don't see a win happening. If Calvert-Lewin's in the lineup, I'd say maybe a 3-1 victory for United. If Calvert-Lewin's not in the lineup, then I'd maybe say a 3-0 victory for United.
I would sort of go with your 3-1 because somehow we managed to concede a goal, and I think you guys will get a goal. I think you guys will
Let's hope
score
so.
early, and then we will win this game 2-1. I won't say 3-1. I'll say 2-1.
If Everton score early and go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
then they're going to make it tricky for United. But let's see. I hope that happens.
Yeah, I fingers crossed we win. And you know what? I just want to come back to the Donny Van de Beek point. You said that he's out of form, but to
Hmm.
be honest, he's not really played, so we can't really say that he is out of form because he hasn't played at
That's
all.
true. That's true. Yeah. So he might not be out of form. He has been out of the team, and I just have. It's one of those things, even with Aston Villa, Everton spent the last 2.5, 3 seasons tracking Leon Bailly and
Mm-hmm.
had him scouted extensively for the last 3 seasons, and then decided to pass on him. And Aston Villa got him, and then he scored what I think 2 goals out of the three, and then got injured and left. But he still proved that point that you guys made a mistake by not getting me. I can see Van de Beek doing something similar. It would be
Well,
very on
hopefully,
brand for Everton.
hopefully. Anyways, I think Leon Bailey could be your Matty Longstaff. Uh,
Oh, we've got more than enough of those. There's just too many Everton players like that.
Anyways, guys, that was it. That was our preview for the Manchester United versus Everton game on Saturday, which is going to be played at 5 o'clock. You can watch it on Star Sports or Hotstar or something, and I'm sure you guys will be able to find the stream. So do like this video, do share this video, do subscribe to our channel, and check out Corner Flag. They will give you watch one of their videos, you'll have the time of your life. They're absolutely hilarious, and I love watching their videos personally.
Thank
Anyways,
you.
see you guys soon. Give Aakarsh a follow on in Twitter, so he doesn't have to be one of the social media creeps anymore. But anyways, guys, we'll
Yeah,
see you in the next one. We'll see you for the watch along and the review tomorrow at around 7 p.m. ish. We'll see you for the review. And thanks for watching.
good luck for the game.
We need it.